They call me Betty Bars. Said I'm from the stars. I do trucks, not cars. Sent back up from Mars. The false matrix is a farce. Their reasoning and intellect is sparse. You know, the biggest lie is that the matrix is a patriarch. A patriarch is a father. Okay? The matrix is not a patriarch. With all of these CEOs and GMs and presidents and directors, do you see what I'm getting at? All these leaders of industry committing crimes against humanity. And not just any humanity. The young and the innocent. That is not a father. That is not a man. That is not a patriarch. What is that? A being who mixes phallus and feces. What is that? You want to fill in the blanks? Because I might be called something phobic if I fill it in myself. We have normalized, we've created a culture around something that is not supposed to be. Some people go as far as saying, oh no, in some tribes it happened. People are dual-gendered. No. We are all dual-aspected, dual-powered. But dual-genderedness is a genealogical defect. It's a mutation. It comes from incest, abuse, crime, rape. I was so shocked to find out how much Mlungu is in the Zulu language. And me, I know I have some strong connection to Zulu because how the Zulu just jumps into. Like, I'll be minding my business and the Zulu jumping. You know? But this thing is deep. Just think. This thing is deep, guys. So, when you do things like that, when you take something as sacred as X, no? I'm not saying the full words because I'm trying to sit in here. When you take something as sacred as that, right? Sacred energy exchange, and you sodomize it, you're gonna have genes mutated and all of that stuff. It's only obvious. The reason why they named the matrix a patriarch is so that men can take the fall. It's also a curse on men. Understand? Because they hate women and men. Understand? So like, who started this matrix cock? Beings who survived the floods, right? So now they survived the floods. We, as the human race, which is also a name they gave us because we're actually the prime animus, us as the prime animus has to now remember things. Remember, there were just a few people that most survived. Whether Noah's Ark is the actual truth of how many humans survived, or just a metaphor, there were just these few humans that survived, and we had to now restart civilization. And then we had these buggers here that survived. So obviously they knew more than us. And so obviously we listened to them. We even deitized them. We call them gods. We decided, no, we're only going to worship Yahweh. Do you want to know where that comes from? There. Was not that one of them? Is that not how religion started? And because they don't have soul tether, they turn on each other. That's why you have religion. That's why you have war. That's why you have people fighting. Who's fighting? The religions are fighting. Is it not? The Jews are fighting, the Christians fighting, the Muslims, like very fucking... Huh? Who's fighting? Religion. Who started the wars? Am I the only one? Who started these wars? Is this one? I mean, they have the same colors as the Bloods and the Crips. Have you seen the American flag? It's in our faces that this is a gang-related behavior. Who taught the first colored man how to hijack a truck? Umlungu. That from the sea. I'm not talking about Caucasians as a race. I'm talking about a spirit. That from the sea. Pollution. These things are parasites. And they've now created this false lifestyle for some people to follow and not wake up. Out of boredom. I've woken up out of sheer boredom. You know what woke me up? Boredom. But I feel like I was born awake. Because my whole life I was like, no, this can't be it. No, this can't be it. Oh God, guys, you know, the cash just speak through me. When I turn on my video camera, I read a poem. My only intention I said is I'm gonna talk truth when I come in here now. Okay, valid. Like I was saying to Aston, like you cannot blame Elon for being the way he is. If your mother's a supermodel, you hardly see her, you're always in hotel rooms with a bunch of material to replace your parents, you obviously gonna experiment. Apparently my son says he created some app when he was 12. So this nigga is just busy playing. He doesn't really actually have a mission. He's just busy playing around. Tomorrow he can decide, you know what, I'm bored, I'm gonna change teams, I'm gonna work with these chosen ones. What are they up to? For all we know, he could already be one of us and this is just an illusion. And the way media is set up, it's like, you'll know how it is. It's magic. Like I was busy explaining to my kids, right? You get black magic, white magic, bad magic, witchcraft. Witchcraft is an embodiment. You can't even call yourself a witch. It's supposed to be a silent thing. That's how sacred it is, okay? They blasphemed us. This is a blasphemy. Okay? Witche. That is a whispered word. Because we are a presence. We work with the elements. We are we're part of nature. We are part of the ecosystem. Everything we do is out of respect. We pee out of respect. We eat out of respect. We think out of respect. And I know why witches are so beautiful and radiant and lucky and protected, because we respect universal law. We don't go F around in other people's business. We don't set poor intention on people's children. We don't attack innocence. Because we understand that we are the wise one. We understand what creation is. All of creation. We don't want to just abuse certain aspects. Okay? So that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to witchcraft. That's what witchcraft is. Witchcraft doesn't involve hurting any life at all. No real witch will go and hurt a living being. The closest we get to cutting down life is the plant kingdom. And that is with respect, and that is divine right. And you understand? We have authority over the plant kingdom. Anyway. Then you get white magic. White magic is literally that. Working in the daylight with the sun element, with living flowers, with... The nice thing about dry herbs is dry herbs you can use anyway. Sometimes you obviously have dry herbs in your white magic. You know, you're working with white, with light, with the fairies, blah, blah, blah. Black magic is working with the moon, working at night. Anything dark, black salt, black candles, black, blah, blah, blah. There's nothing to do with poor intention. Then you get bad magic. That is the abuse of the spirit of illusion, where people swap energy, where they abuse you systematically over extended period of time so that you can become them and they can become you. Where they don't prioritize hygiene and they call themselves clean. They're like, no man, but I'm clean, I don't need to bath. And yet you, who are clearly the cleaner being, is always overwashing your clothes, over cleaning, because you're always feeling dirty. That was an energy exchange. Okay? When you all had sex, when you all did the thing, you'll exchange energy. Okay? So even although your physical is still reflecting that you clean and she's dirty, with time, my friend, if you keep on systematically abusing her and you keep feeding her with that, if she keeps on systematically abusing you, I'm trying to swap the roles, and keeps feeding you with her dirty energy, eventually you're going to stop taking care of yourself. It's just going to become such a hassle. There's always going to be distractions. Life is going to become so overwhelming that self-care will just go down. And you'll wake up and you'll be like, what happened to me? You know? And you look at your exes and be like, you know, I picked them off the streets. Have you ever spoken to a guy and you'll be like, yo, you know, when I met her, she was nothing, and then he's sitting now and he has nothing. I'm that guy. When I met him, he was nothing, and now... But I never allow that to happen. Somehow, I'm able to somehow I'm able to escape just in the nick of time. Literally, that little smidgen, that mustard seed of self-preservation is what has saved me from every single trauma bond I found myself in, including my relatives. It was that little bit of self-preservation, like, this cock don't make sense. You know, why am I always the tired one? Why am I always feeling all frustrated? You know, why am I always getting the raw end of the deal? And then one day I was like, fuck it. Oh no. I'm going to give myself everything. And guess what? When did the fuck it moment come? When I had emptied my cup and I had a drop left. And for the last decade, I've been slowly adding a drop. And you know, the stronger you get and the more you activate your chi and the more you ensure womb, hip, health, reproductive system health, gut health, the more you rejuvenate that, the more you get your chi back. Because I also didn't know that as mothers, when we give birth, we give away a bit of our chi. Okay, so I've got 4 babies, so I've given away quite a lot of chi, and now I have to regain that. And luckily, because I haven't been like super unhealthy, like all my adulthood, I was always, you know, mildly conscious, like, don't eat this. And I also followed taste. That's what made me not be into takeaways and stuff. I was like, this cock tastes swak. This cock tastes swak. And I must, no, it just didn't make sense. So I was at Chiquita at work with the seed loaf there at the bottom of the safe, a bag of rolled oats there at the bottom of the safe. You know, I had my Yalti supply there. It's supposed to be the cash safe, you know, but there was like the bottom door that was like for resources, and so there was always space in it, and I'd have my stash in there. You know, I was even ridiculed when I worked at Gautrain for liking my teas, ridiculed by the fat chick, so it was like, whatever. Anyway, but whatever, I get the point. Somehow, I just always got out in the nick of time, you know. I remember when I came back here to my childhood home. Yeah, when I returned to my childhood home, I had nothing. I had a container of stuff like my file of documents, you know, like the important stuff that you make sure you carry everywhere through your life. My file of documents and yeah. I don't even have most of the stuff that I had in that thing. I've already gotten rid of it. And when I met that guy, I had a food truck, car, cash, you know. Don't let no one exchange energy with you halfway through. This matrix is built on energy exchange. So you have to master the program. I explained to someone, there's no enemy. For you to be my enemy, you have to be a worthy opponent. I have to say, you know what, this one here is worth going up against. I haven't met anyone like that, so I don't have any enemies. I see strong people as compadres, counterparts, team. And then the NPCs expose themselves as NPCs by their actions because they just made us stronger. Do you understand? They did stuff that forced us to go within. To go deep within, like primordially deep, and literally go find out truths about creation just because of what someone did to you. You know, you went to go find out truths about creation just because of how deeply someone betrayed, and you couldn't believe, is this even possible? I had to meet Nwatas to know that it was possible because I thought everyone was like me. I thought everyone had integrity. I thought everyone's bums shriveled up when they saw a human in pain, you know, like. I didn't know I was rare. For the longest time. Me knowing that I'm rare happened now. Like now, recently. You know? Maybe years ago. Maybe. Could even be months ago. You know? Where it finally hit me like, people are actors. Acting is not a skill. Acting is PTSD. Because people are actors. They can act like they like you just to get something. They can act like they like you for years just to get something. When someone doesn't have a sense of self, they can invest their life in possessing you. Because you have a sense of self. And they don't realize that even if they successfully possess you, They'll never be you, because then your sense of self will depart the vessel, and then they'll just be left with a shell, and then they're gonna poison that shell as well. So tell them to go to hell. And as always, we're gonna end this on a high vibrational note: self-love, true glamour magic. Okay. You are such a rose, such beautiful toes. Ooh, what a beautiful nose. Beautiful booty and pose. Beauty from far and up close. You a goddess and it shows. You, naturally unfazed by these hoes. Lost in your mind, feeding crows. Seeding flows, leading pros. That's just how it goes. I know you knows. I know you knows. My nose is itchy. Can I do this again? You are such a rose, such beautiful toes, such a lovely little nose, beautiful booty and pose, beauty from far and up close. You a goddess and it shows, naturally unfazed by these hoes, lost in your mind, feeding crows, seeding flows, leading the pros. That's just how it goes. I knows you knows. I'm on the way up, ain't got no time to tell them how I'm coming. While it get it heavy, this whole thing full of